Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future week number 6 of 1971. It's the Dallas going to visit New York.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Jets. I'll be back with you again with scores around.
So, Cowboys and Jets. Both teams playing well this year. Cowboys, of course, undefeated. As we see every game. As we see every game of the Cowboys here. And so you guys know that they have not lost yet. The Jets have only lost the one time. So, could be a good game here. The Cowboys, of course, expected to be a very good team. The Jets, a little bit of a surprise, as last year they were under 500, and they're playing so far this year better than anticipated. But can they continue it now that they're playing the upper tier teams? We will see. Joe Namath, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, over 1,100 yards. In real life, 1971, part of the reason why the Jets, you might not have the Jets as favored, is because of Joe Namath's limited playing time due to injury, but he has made it through so far. We're into week 6, no injuries from Namath, and that's good news for the Jets. Snell, though, loses 2 yards. They have had injuries to their running backs and some other players, just not quarterback. It's a handoff to Snell, of course, tackled by Bob Lilly. There's a handoff to Snell again. And this time he gets positive yards, so 3rd and 6 coming up. Namath back in the shotgun. Namath waiting, fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. Harris with the interception. Namath threw it over the middle, which is always dangerous if you're going to be inaccurate. And it was an inaccurate pass that Harris was able to make. Cliff Harris able to make the interception before it hit the ground. It's a nice catch from Harris. And the Cowboys, as if they needed any help, will start their first possession on the Jets side of the field. So this already has the makings of a blowout. And on the first play from scrimmage, Dwayne Thomas goes all the way 45 yards. So let me get this right. The Jets throw an interception 3 plays into the game. The first offensive play of the Dallas Cowboys. Dwayne Thomas goes right through the defense for 45 yards and a touchdown. And somebody needs to call this game before it is a blowout. I'm going to need to find some material to talk about, as nobody's going to care about the games come a couple more possessions. Just, can the Cowboys ever be stopped? I don't know, but can teams even, we had a game last week where the Packers clawed and fought and didn't make turnovers for 3 quarters to keep it interesting, but most teams are done relatively early against the Cowboys. We'll still pretend it's going to be a good game for now, though. There's a handoff. There's a nice hole. Matt Snell, and then breaks a tackle. So Snell with a little bit of an answer. Not the one-play touchdown like Dwayne Thomas had, but still a nice run.
Go now. 70, Indy. 55 to Mike. I got him. Back.
Namath now, hands off again, and this time not so lucky. He gets hit in the backfield. Here's your offensive line. Svis, Rasmussen, Schmidt, Herman, and Hill. You got Matt Snell and George Knock, Maynard, Bell, the receivers, and Pete Lemons, the tight end. Pete Lemons has had some Sack to the Future history already. Some very annoying games where he just went off against the human player. Whoops. Dang it. May have skipped the Cowboys defense. You guys probably know him by now. There's big Bob Lilly. You'll get to know him. Jethro Pugh, Bob Lilly, George Andre. Always make plays. You know, the secondary with Renfro and Green, and you've already seen the interception from Cliff Harris. Leroy Jordan, Edwards. Edwards already has like 3 interceptions or so from the linebacker position, so I'm sure before this thing is over, you will know all the players on the Cowboys defense. Dwayne Thomas now gets to call the play in the huddle after going to the end zone on his first carry. Now, if he takes this one 90, we got serious problems. There's notable inactives. Emerson Boozer and John Riggins both from the running back position, so that's why you've seen a heavy dose of Snell. He may be the only one available. I mean, Knock is also, but don't expect him to get more than a carry or two. Roger Staubach misfires, or maybe threw it out of bounds on purpose. Staubach still top 2 in rating, leads the league in passing yards, 2nd in rating. And the Jets do stop the Cowboys here on the second drive. So they will get the ball in what assumes to be good field position. Wow, what a great punt. Thought that Jets would have much better field position than this, but they will start all the way back at their own 24-yard line after a booming punt. And Don Maynard, Joe Namath comes out to tell him something. See if they at the moment. They will go ahead and hand off to Snell, and Jethro Pugh slams him down to the ground. Oh no, here's the Dallas defense. Larry Cole, Bob Lilly, Jethro Pugh, and George Andre. Linebackers, Leroy Jordan, Dave Edwards, and Chuck Howley. And the secondary, of course, Renfro, Green, Harris, and Adderley. All kinds of talent and former Pro Bowlers or current Pro Bowlers all over the place. Snell gets a few yards there, 3rd and 4. A little bit long to run, although they certainly could do it. But with Namath back there, I'm sure they're going to throw Joe Namath. Fires complete to Nell right at the first down marker. Just enough for the first down. So Namath has thrown 2 passes. One has been intercepted, and the other went for a first down. Jets have come out running 8 carries in their first 10 plays. Snell breaks 1 tackle, gets a few yards, 2nd and 3. Couple reasons why you want to establish the run, of course. So one is that the Cowboys' offense is right near the top of the league, so keeping them on the sidelines is always a good plan. The second is because Bob Lilly has been terrorizing quarterbacks, so they'll limit the pass attempts, or at least where the Cowboys know you're passing, may help Namath survive this game. They're going to get Leroy Jordan on a face mask, and so the Jets get a bonus of 15 yards there, and they are getting close to field goal range. Jets would love to score before the Cowboys score again. Here comes something from the Jets. All kinds of receivers on the right side of Namath. Namath takes it and throws to Snell, who went out to that side, but all in all, Renfro was not confused. He waited right there and made the tackle. Renfro telling everyone that Snell didn't want that. Same type of formation with all the receivers on the right side. This time they'll hand it off to Snell, though. Nothing. Chuck Howley was the first one there. Others rallied to it. 3rd and 10. Namath needs to come up with a throw here. They're close to field goal range, but they need Namath to come up with a throw. He fires downfield, and he makes that throw. Broadway Joe delivers to Pete Lamons, and the Jets are in business here. Now, again, the only hope against the Cowboys, without the Cowboys just imploding and turning the ball all over the place, is you have to have time of possession and anytime you get a chance. So anytime you hit the red zone, you have got to put it into the end zone. Field goals aren't enough. In fact, you can count on getting to the end zone probably 2 to 3 times. If you got a touchdown every time, that's still not enough to beat the Cowboys, but that will stop it from being a blowout. That is Andre offside. So the refs, on the Cowboys early. Don't know if that's a little bit of home field advantage, or, I mean, they have seemed to be real penalties so far, but at least the refs are calling them. And there's a throw underneath. Did he have to come back across the line to catch it? He did. There's no forward momentum there because he didn't actually have possession until he was 4 yards behind the first down marker. See there, had he caught it cleanly, that's right at the first down marker, they're saying he didn't actually establish possession until he comes all the way back, takes like 3 steps back in from the first down marker. And the Jets will have to settle for a field goal. Kick is good. Outfield with the field goal, and the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3. At the moment, the Jets, I can't actually remember if they're tied with the Dolphins or if the Dolphins are technically in first place, but the Jets are near the top of their division. The Cowboys obviously near the top of the league, coming in as one of 4 unbeaten teams. The Chiefs won earlier, so we know the Chiefs are unbeaten. I don't know if it's going to show the scores on the bottom or not, but the Chiefs were in the earlier game. They won. They're 6-0. The Rams and Broncos are both playing now, so see if we get any kind of score updates. But Dan Reeves finally gets a carry and loses 7 yards. When you're only getting used sparingly, that's not going to be good for his statistical output on the year, since he only gets a couple touches a game. -7 is hard to deal with. There's a handoff to Thomas, who gets all of that back and almost a first down. You see Dwayne Thomas, 65 yards already on 4 carries. And now on, a 3rd and short, they go with the up back, and the Jets come through with a defensive play. So how is that for you? Garrison, the little bull, unable to bowl through the Jets line. And another booming punt. Gets it out of the back of the end zone. And the Jets will take over at the 20-yard line to start the second quarter. So all in all, only losing to the Cowboys by 4 points. Quarter is better than most have done. Even last week when the Packers played the Cowboys pretty well for a few quarters, the Cowboys ran up to score in the 4th quarter and ended up winning, I think, by 21. So staying within 20 is even hard against the Cowboys. They are definitely going hardcore run, though, the Jets are. Matt Snell has been a busy man. Even though Boozer and Riggins are hurt, they're just putting all their chips on the table behind Matt Snell, trying to keep the Cowboy offense on the sideline as much as possible. But Joe Namath has to make another throw here on 3rd and 6. And Namath unable to complete on that one, 4 of 6. And, of course, that one interception that the Cowboys turned into a touchdown. So the Jets will punt now. there's got to be some wind here, because whenever we're kicking from left to right, the punts are really booming. So Dwayne Thomas has exactly 100 carries on the year. You see 5.78 average, 578 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 5.5 games in. Not even a half, 5 games in 1 quarter. And Staubach, play action pass, fires downfield, just misses Bob Hayes. Staubach's only thrown 2 passing attempts, as Dwayne Thomas took the carry to the house on the first drive, and then they haven't been on the field much. Thomas gets tackled, but possibly by a face mask. It is. That's the 3rd penalty of this game already. First on the Jets, early Thomas. Tackling Dwayne Thomas by the face mask. So now the Cowboys get some room behind them up to the 30-yard line. There's a handoff to Dan Reeves, and this is a much better. Oh, it breaks the tackle, it keeps going across midfield and all the way down to the 48-yard line. So his first carry is -7. That one much better, a gain of 22 yards. So that's how you make up for that first carry. Drop back pass from Staubach. He fires downfield, and he's got Bob Hayes. 16-yard completion there, and the Cowboys, just like that, penalty, big run, big throw, and they're in field goal range. Staubach fires again, this time to the other man, Allworth. So in back-to-back plays, you go from Hayes to Allworth. It's just not fair. And then there's the handoff up the middle. Dan Reeves again getting more touches this game than we've seen so far this year. Now part of that is because of the injury to Calvin Hill. So when Dwayne Thomas needs a break, it looks like it's Dan Reeves that's going to take his spell him instead of what used to be Calvin Hill. Hill out for a few weeks, probably over a month is what they're saying. Dan Reeves, another carry, 4 carries, 24 yards. Second goal coming up for the Cowboys. Now the Chiefs already won. They're 6-0, but they did lose their running back for the season. So quite a loss to lose your starting running back. Now their backup is not too bad himself, but still Staubach here goes back to pass, but instantly hit by Holloman, who ends that drive. And the salute to the fans. Cowboys will have to settle for a field goal. So the Cowboys increase their lead to 10-3. Of course, the Cowboys almost the entire season have played from in front, which has only helped their sack totals. But the Jets, I mean, it's early. No reason to panic and start throwing yet. And the Jets have really been committed to running the football so far. But here, you see they come out with nobody back there but Namath. So let's see if this is a sack situation for Lilly and others. It is, but Namath was able to get the ball out with the quick release. Got it out complete. Picked up a first down. Namath from the shotgun again. There is a guy back there with him, though. That's probably Snell. They do hand it to Snell, and he gets a yard or 3. Play action pass. Namath has time. Fires downfield. Completes to Bell. Bell got open. And Namath had time to find it. And put the ball right on the money. First down, Jets. Namath's going to throw again. Fires to this side, just gets a couple yards. Namath, after that early interception, has thrown 7 of 8. 2nd and 5. They hand off to Snell, gets a block, gets up to the 25-yard line. Brings up 3rd and short. 3rd and 2 here. Edwards on the tackle. Turns, fakes it to Snell. Namath fires downfield. He's got his man, Don Maynard, up to the 5-yard line. Namath going to the air more often on this drive after a strong commitment to the run in the first couple drives. At 4 minutes to go, if the Jets can put this into the end zone before the half, might have an interesting game. There is a direct hit. Adderley timed that, and somehow Lamont's held on to the ball. 2nd and goal. Namath from the shotgun. Hand off to Knock. Knock's first carry. Gains a 1 yard. 3rd and goal. Namath probably throwing here. Does he have time? I thought he was going to roll out to the right to get away from Lilly, but he turned back around. Not sure what he saw there, but when he turned around, there was Lilly to greet him and get the sack. That's the first sack the Jets have allowed this game, and they will come out for a field goal attempt right before the 2-minute warning, and it is good. So we're at the 2-minute warning. The Jets have brought it back down to a 4-point lead. And now the Jets did get the ball to start the game. So this is that critical moment where you fought hard, you kept it 10-6, but you got to keep it that way, because if the Cowboys fly down the field like they have been prone to do in games past and get a touchdown, suddenly it's 17-6, and you're giving them the ball to start the second half. So Jets defense needs to come up with a stop here if we want a close game. Staubach, quick drop, fires, completes. Allworth, there's a first down right off the bat. Staubach, that was only his 5th passing attempt. So again, at the very least, the Jets have done a great job of keeping Staubach and company off the field. Now he gets hit, fumbles the football. They cannot advance it. So the ball is dead right there. Neither team calling a timeout. So it's still kind of a play, and see what happens on this play. Staubach hits Allworth, and now that was enough yards for the Cowboys to go ahead and call a timeout and can commit to going for points. 3rd and 4. Staubach drops back. Throws, and the Jets pick it off. Intercepted by Atkinson, the middle linebacker. Dwayne Thomas with the tackle. So that is a rare sight, as Staubach has only, the Cowboys as a team have only turned it over now. That's the 3rd turnover, I believe, in 6 games. They have fumbled a couple times, but they've recovered their own fumbles. So now Namath comes out with all kinds of receivers to try to take advantage. He fires downfield, and Don Maynard with the fancy footwork on the sidelines brings it in at the 23. That's a combination that's been doing it for some years now. Namath to Maynard. There's the throw, there's the catch, and the toe tap. And just like that, the Jets are in field goal range. Namath now back to pass again. He's got good time again. Oh, this time Maynard couldn't hold on. The throw was there. Maynard unable to hold on with the Cowboy on his back. Namath throws underneath. Tackled almost immediately by Cliff Harris, and timeout call. Jets decide to call timeout before this 3rd down play. Surprisingly, didn't let some time run off. I thought they might let some time run off in case they don't come through with a first down here. Namath waiting, fires. Oh, just overthrew his receiver. Otherwise, we'd have a 1st and goal coming up. So the Jets come out for their 3rd field goal attempt. This one from 38 yards. And this one, like the others, are right down the middle. So good day for the kicker so far. And the Jets have chopped it down to a 1-point game. The turnovers are even. And the game is almost even. It's 10-9 Cowboys. Here's the return up across the 20. And the Cowboys have 28 seconds and 2 timeouts. So let's see if they just hand it off, and they do hand it off to Garrison, but he blasts through and gets a first down. So the Cowboys, they are not. I thought maybe, I guess it was inches short. I thought maybe they'd call a timeout since it was such a good run, but they do call a play, one more play. Staubach does an incompletion though, so Staubach looking human, only 50% in the first half, and a turnover. So the Jets, after the quick interception, followed by the quick Dwayne Thomas touchdown run, thought we were in for another Cowboy blowout. But the Jets have kind of put their stuff back together and handled it nicely, and down by only a point at the half. To the delight of this crowd. Oh, tell me it's another face mask. That's at least the third face mask, and at least 4 or 5 penalties in total. This one on backup tight end Gary Arthur. Pretty much just a special teamer outside of goal line situations. See the total yards? The total yards in the first half was 142 to 142. So last game, the Packers kept the score close against the Cowboys, but we saw on the yardage, it was a blowout. This game is actually close. Cowboys and Jets are tied in yardage, and Cowboys lead by only 1. So this is a real game for once. Staubach drops back. Oh, a jumping knockdown there. So Staubach's still getting all kinds of time on most of his dropbacks, but the Jets playing some coverage. Drops back again. There's some, again, more coverage this time on, well, Kirsten out of the backfield, but the linebacker on him. And Staubach on 3rd and 10. They're being challenged a little bit here. Again, good pocket for Staubach. He goes upfield and can... No, it was dropped. I thought Dan Reeves had it, but he could not maintain possession to the ground. And the Jets again with close, tight coverage, forcing these Cowboys to make contested catches, which they have not been doing today so far. And there you see a beautiful punt, though. And the Cowboys down it at the 2. So sensational punt, and now the Cowboys defense, of course, thinking about getting 2 points here. Double team Lilly if you're smart. They don't, and Lilly gets the safety. I mean, it was quite obvious what Lilly was going to do. He was going to get 2 points. I don't know how you single block him. Maybe if you're running to the fullback or something that he can't get behind the goal line, but a deep drop and you single block Bob Lilly. That's just poor coaching. So the Cowboys take advantage of that lack of intelligence from the Jets. And now Garrison will start the drive up by 3. Remember, Calvin Hill was hurt last week, so that's why you're seeing more of Dan Reeves for sure, and Garrison perhaps a little bit more. About the same for Garrison. Definitely influx of touches for Dan Reeves, though. 1st and 10. Staubach. Quick handoff to Garrison again. 4 carries, 18 yards. Turn and up to Dwayne Thomas. He gets past one guy, gets across midfield, and then gets tackled. Still averaging almost over 9 yards a carry. Pitch out to Dan Reeves, who gets hit in the backfield. 6 carries, 22 yards now for Dan Reeves.
Down. 15 lining. 15 line.
2nd and 13.
Two.
Staubach gonna fake it to Thomas and go for the whole thing to his man, Bob Hayes, and he's there. The speedster, Bullet Bob Hayes, does it again. Beats his corner, and Staubach with a picture-perfect throw. Boom. Touchdown. All that speed, and the right quarterback to throw the ball has made for, I think that's his 6th receiving touchdown already. Kick is up, and it is good. And so just like that, not even 6 minutes into the third quarter, the Cowboys have turned a 1-point halftime lead into a 10-point lead here early in the third. Now Joe Namath has to answer. This game's on the brink of getting out of control. Snell breaks the tackle but can't really go anywhere. The Cowboys are too quick.
70 Indy.
Namath drops back to pass, throws, hit, and ball comes out.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Violent hitting by the linebackers of the Cowboys. 3rd and 9. Namath in trouble, and down he goes. That's Lilly's third sack of the game for Bob Lilly. 15 sacks this season. This is week number 6. Bob Lilly is just a man possessed. Absolutely dominating the National Football League. And Allworth with a nice little return there gets it up to the 34-yard line. So the Cowboys, again, they've already punched it from a 1-point lead to a 10-point lead. Now they have the ball again in what feels like a drive that's about to turn this from a nice competitive game to some sort of blowout where I have to think about something weird to talk about. That's another personal foul against the Jets, so clearly frustrated. But also out of control. Dan Reeves gets a block from Garrison, gets a first down across the 40-yard line. Averaging 5 yards a carry. Yeah, it's a Dwayne Thomas with both Dan Reeves and Garrison as lead blockers, but Baker gets through it all and hits him for a loss. Now pitched out to Dwayne Thomas, and the Jets all over that. So they play well on first and second down, but they got to make it stick on third down or none of it means anything. That's a false start, and now each team has been penalized at least 3 times, maybe 4. There's been at least 6 total penalties. I know for sure both teams have 3. Oh, Dwayne Thomas with a heck of a move there, and then gets all the way down inside the 30-yard line before finally being pushed out of bounds. Almost got the first down on a 3rd and long, but did get enough yards for the Cowboys to attempt a field goal. Kick is up, and that's the crossbar. I wasn't sure if it hit the camera, which means 3 points is good, or the crossbar. It actually hits the crossbar. Let's see if we can get a better angle here. At least, there we go. Yep, that's the crossbar. No good. So that's the first break for the Jets here in the second half. And now they need to get some points on the board. Namath throws to Snell for a loss of 2. Snell gets those couple yards back and more, and makes it a 3rd and 8. So now we need a throw from Joe Namath here. low snap. It's actually a handoff to Snell, and Snell just powers his way through the Cowboy. That looked like all kinds of things were going wrong, but Snell just kept the leg drive going and makes it a first down. That was quite an effort from Matt Snell. And now they will fake it to him, and Namath will fire right to Edwards, who has his 4th interception, I believe, of the season. Edwards has picked the right moments to drop into coverage. Landry, just like a master chess player, making the calls at the right time. And now the Cowboys have great field position to start this drive. Staubach handoff to Dwayne Thomas. He fights his way inside the 40. Thomas over 100 yards again today. Right at 101 at the moment. 3rd and 9, Staubach back to pass. Great protection. Friggin' all day long. He has had the ball all day long, but still gets sacked. For whatever reason, just refused to either run or throw it away. And that was like a 9-second pass blocking, and they still go up a sack. So now the Cowboys offensive line hasn't given up too many sacks, but that's one that they can't be happy about, as they held the Jets for about 9 seconds. And that means that, number one, that's great pass coverage by the Jets. Number two, that's something Staubach needs to apologize for. That should have in no way been a sack. You can't hold the ball on in your hands for a month and a half, but you know he's done very little wrong, so I'm sure they will forgive him for that one. Here's Namath. Now that ball goes straight into the ground, but again, you get rid of it so you don't get sacked. Namath will never have 9 seconds with Bob Lilly and company on the other side, so it is a difference. I guess sometimes it's a luxury when your offensive line is so brilliant and blocking so well this year. Then you start thinking that you can just hold the ball as long as it takes. Namath a little bit erratic on that series, and the Jets a quick 3 and out, and will punt. Jets trying to hold on, but their offense giving him nothing in the second half. Now they are punting from the right side of the field, so we have seen some good punts. But after another 45 seconds, if their offense continues to do nothing, then their punter's got to punt into the wind. Could have disastrous consequences. There's a delay handoff to Thomas. He breaks 2 tackles from different Jets at the same time and ends the quarter on a nice note. Now the Cowboys have been committed to the run themselves. Jets started off running in the first quarter and a half, and now they've turned to the pass. The Cowboys have really gone for the run the entire game, even with different running backs. I mean, even Dan Reeves has 9 carries. But the Cowboys, so partly by design, perhaps, is the reason this game's not a blowout, as the Cowboys have decided to not go to the air too often. That punch a little bit too strong, enjoying the wind at his back too much there. At 14 minutes, Namath is still only 2 scores down, but at some point you got to get one of those scores. Otherwise, you never have the one-score interesting ending. Big edge and yardage now for the Cowboys on the ground. Oh, that's picked off. I thought it hit the ground. But Herb Adderley was able to get it before it hit the ground. A shoestring catch. Is this going to be a challenge at all? Because, oh no. On that one, it looks like he picked it clean before it hit the grass. Just live, maybe. Yeah, no, that's definitely live. It looked like it may have hit the ground, but the replay clearly shows he caught it with like a foot off the ground. So nice catch by Adderley. Staubach will go back trying to make him pay. Big completion downfield to Hayes. And so just like that, the killer instinct of Roger Staubach and the Cowboys. Interception. The first interception, Dwayne Thomas took it to the house the very next play. Now this interception, quick throw downfield to Bob Hayes. And now you're already in the red zone, up by 10. Another handoff to Dan Reeves. 10 carries, 34 yards. Now Staubach will throw to Reeves. And Dan Reeves is hurt. So Reeves getting more touches than usual because of the injury to Calvin Hurt. And now Dan Reeves comes up hurting. So now what? Now I guess you go to the Walt Garrison, who always just seems to be there. And so that's, that's one of the greatest attributes you can have is health, staying healthy. Here's a field goal attempt. It is good. It's just a chip shot, and the Cowboys extend their lead. The second half is now 12-0 Cowboys. 22-9. It's still not a full-fledged blowout, but it's getting there. Yardage-wise, especially, the Jets just haven't seemed to get any yards at all in the second half. Joe Namath at 101 yards with 3 interceptions. And even though the Jets were committed to the running game early, they have not been lately. Only have 50 yards on the ground. Here, they'll start this one with a handoff, but it doesn't go anywhere. Wait a minute. 50. Snell has 70 yards. Does that mean the other backs have lost 20 yards? That might have been inaccurate. I felt like the Jets would have more than 70 yards on the ground. Here's Namath comes up throwing. Short, though, a very short game. Third and 7. Namath overshoots his receiver on third down. And that will bring up another punt. Jets have just been in quicksand here in the second half, unable to do anything. In the first half, they were able to get to short third downs, 3rd and 2 a lot, and keep some drives going. In the second half, it's been 3rd and 7 or longer, and I don't think they've converted a third down yet here in the second half. Staubach, very mild, modest stats for him, the way he's been playing this year. Regularly over 250, close to a couple times he's gone over 300 yards. Reeves is back. That's a good news for the Cowboys, but today, again, partly by design, Staubach has only attempted 14 passes, so that has kept his passing yards well under 200. There's a handoff to Dwayne Thomas. He slams up to the 49-yard line. Cowboys definitely in for the run. They have hit the 300-yard mark like they've done, I think, every game this year. But they usually hit 400 yards. I don't know if they'll get there today. There's a quick throw downfield. That might be Mike Ditka's first. Yes, it is. Mike Ditka finally touches the ball. Here, halfway through the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go, in fact. And the Cowboys up by 13. Hand up to Dwayne Thomas. Breaks one tackle. Gets knocked down by the second. Cowboys definitely working the clock at this point. Staubach's going to throw. Goes underneath to Dwayne Thomas, who shows the acceleration and gets down inside the 20-yard line. Staubach back to pass again. Good blitz pickup that allows him to hit Bob Hayes down to the 4. And Bob Hayes gets over 100 yards on the day. Van Reeves breaks one tackle, but not two. Clock continues to tick down. Jets need to hold them to a field goal just to have any sort of relevance of a chance here. And it's to Dan Reeves, and he'll get to the end zone, and that is the game, folks. I mean, it probably was anyways, the way that Cowboys defense has just completely shut down the Jets in the second half. But now actually going to a 3-score game, you can forget about it. And now, of course, because the Cowboys always win by 21 or more, they're going to go for 2 here to make it a 21-point game. But Staubach's going to take a shot. Staubach takes a hit from Philbin, gets up. Seems like he's all right. So the Cowboys only up by 19. Just, I mean, the game is over, but fairly close. Didn't have to delve into crazy talk. So, with only 5.5 minutes to go here, we can go ahead and just keep talking about this game. They're not showing scores at the bottom, which is interesting. So I guess I will just let you know that there's been some upsets based on what's happened so far, and both the Los Angeles Rams and Denver Broncos lost for the first time this season. So the only undefeated team to get to 6-0 right now is the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Cowboys are about 5 minutes away from joining them. So as I said a few weeks ago, the two best teams seem to be the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, the Rams, Broncos, and now the Vikings. The Vikings won today to get up to 5-1. So there is definitely some other good teams waiting for the Cowboys or Chiefs to lose so that they can challenge for the top spot. But right now, it's the Cowboys and Chiefs who look like they're destined to play each other in the Sack of the Future Super Bowl. Oh, there's Namath firing to the Cowboy. Oh, wait a minute. Herb Adderley was tackled, got back up, and the refs never blew the whistle, so he had to get tackled a second time. That's interesting. Adderley with a second pick. Jets turned the ball over 4 times. Again, I'm still waiting for someone to at least play their perfect game. I mean, I think the Cowboys have to do some wrong things on their own for anyone to have a chance, but if we could see someone play a perfect game against the Cowboys, just execute their game plan and turn it over 0 times, then I think at least we could see a close game where you're like, oh, 1-score game and this team actually has a chance to beat the Cowboys late. But when you turn it over 4 times against a team that's already superior in talent, there's just no way that you're going to have a game any closer than this, 28-9. 2-minute warning, the Cowboys will punt, so you'll get to see Namath one more time. But he's thrown 4 interceptions and no touchdowns, so not sure how much you want to see him. Or does he have 1? No, it's been 3 field goals. So yeah, definitely no touchdowns, 4 interceptions is what Namath has done so far. Now the Cowboys might play deep. It looks like they're right on the receivers. I was going to say they might play so far off the receivers that Namath can get some garbage yardage here. But we'll see. He has a chance to hit the 200-yard mark if the Cowboys play soft enough. They are double-teaming Lilly, which is smart, but Lilly still gets through and gets his 4th sack. So that's on Namath a little bit. The double team was working. I know Namath is holding on to the ball because he's waiting to get a 20-yard pass play, but that doesn't exist. Namath gets rid of the ball faster that time. That was a good throw. Timeout Jets. 4th and 2. 4th and 2. Here we go. Namath will actually hand off to Snell, and the Cowboys won't even let Snell get the first down. So Staubach comes out just to kneel. You see Staubach only completed 10 passes today. Again, mostly by design, only 10 of 17. His lowest output of the year, but still 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So probably his worst rated game, but still not bad. I mean, it was basically just an average game, an average 71 game, which maybe even above average since he had a touchdown pass, or as many touchdown passes and interceptions, but not an average Staubach game. Staubach's been ripping it up. So I think that Staubach might lose some points to Greasy in that regard as far as the race to the top-rated quarterback. But the Cowboys are not second to anyone, as they do appear to still be the best team in the league. The Chiefs, of course, the only other one that can argue, as they're the only other one left undefeated. But there you see, passing yards was close. Rushing yards was more domination by the Cowboys. And the score was, I mean, not a huge blowout, but the second half, you definitely knew who the better team was. It's another win for the Cowboys. Thank you for watching. If you are a Cowboy fan, why wouldn't you keep coming back? If you're a fan of any other team, you're welcome back as well, because the best team rarely wins the Sack to the Future Bowl. The team with the best record, I should say. So keep coming back and watching 1971 football. Thanks, and have a good night.